Assalamu alaikum. The Quran and modern science. Geology. Mountains are like tent pegs. In geology, the phenomenon of folding is a recently discovered fact. Folding is responsible for the formation of mountain ranges. The Earth's crust on which we lie is like a solid shell, while the deeper which we live is like a solid shell, while the deeper layer are hot and fluid and thus inhospitable to any form of life. It is also known that the stability of the mountains is linked to the phenomena of folding, for it which was the fold that we are provided to make the foundation for the relief that constitute the mountains. Geologists tells us that the radius of the earth is about 6035 km and the crust on which we live is very thin, ranging from 2 to 35 km. Since the crust is thin, it has a higher possibility of shaking mountains, acts like shakes or tent pegs that holds the earth crust and give it stability. The Quran contains exactly such an description. Have we not made the earth as a wide expanse and the mountains as pegs? Al-Quran, chapter 78, ayat 6 to 7. The word awtat means stakes or pegs like those used to anchor a tent. They are the deep foundation of geological folds. A book entitled Earth is regarded as a basic reference textbook on geology in many universities around the world. One of the authors of this book is Dr. Frank Press, who was the president of the Academy of Science in the USA for 12 years and was the science advisor to former US President Jimmy Carter. In this book, he illustrates the mountains in a wedge shape and the mountain itself as a small part of the whole, whose root is deeply enriched in the ground. According to Dr. Press, the mountains plays an important role in stabilizing the crust of the earth. The Quran clearly mentioned the function of the mountains in preventing the earth from shaking. And we have sent on the earth mountain standing frames, lest it should shake with them. Al-Quran, chapter 21, ayat 31. The Quranic descriptions are in perfect agreement with modern geological data. Mountains firmly fixed. The surface of the earth is broken into many rigid plates that are about 100 km in thickness. These plates float on a particularly molten region called asthenosphere. Mountains formation occur at the boundary of the planets. The Earth's crust is 5 km thick below oceans, about 35 km thick below flat continental surface, and almost 80 km thick below the great mountain ranges. These are the strong foundation on which mountain stands. The Quran refers to the strong mountain foundation in the following verse. And the mountains hold he firmly fixed. Al-Quran, chapter 78, 79, and ayat 32. Thus, the information contained in the glorious Quran about the nature of mountains is in perfect agreement with recent discoveries in geology.